This weekend was such a full circle moment for me. I went from being an attendee at an event multiple years in a row. My husband and I both attended this in-person event, and we went multiple years in a row. I think it was like 2017 or 2016, 2017, 2018, something like that. I went from being an attendee in the audience at this event multiple years in a row, being so inspired by all the speakers, just learning so much, just being so inspired by them, to being the one stepping on stage this past weekend. And in 2017, when I was an attendee at the event, I didn't feel like myself. I was binge eating. I was obsessing over everything that I ate. I was insecure in my own skin. I remember almost like feeling like a fraud because this was like a health event. And I knew so much about health and nutrition, and I cared about my health, but I was obsessing over everything that I ate. I felt out of control with food. Food was literally on my mind all day. I remember actually attending this event, and I remember actually packing all of my food because I was that obsessive. Like, I needed to know exactly how much I was eating, and I needed to stick to the plan. And it's actually ironic, which is, this is another story for another day, but I actually brought my food again this year, but it's from a completely different perspective of, I'm not obsessing. I don't need to eat a certain amount. It's more like, because I don't have any urges, because I feel incredible, because I can actually now take better care of my health now that I'm not binging. It's like I bring my own food because it literally makes me feel so much better than eating out. So it's a completely different perspective. But in 2017, when I attended that event, I was sitting in the audience and I was insecure in my own skin. You know, I was looking at these speakers, and they looked beautiful and they were glowing and they had so much knowledge. And I knew, like, deep down, I was like, I am meant to be doing these big things. Like, I am meant to be making a massive impact in the world. I'm meant to feel that confident and love the skin that I'm in and own who I am and love who I am and have a healthy relationship with food so that I could be able to do these big things in the world. But again, like I said, at the time, I was just in this unhealthy relationship with food, binge eating, over exercising, thinking about food 24/7, obsessing over every single thing that I was eating. And I knew that the first step to feeling like an unstoppable badass and doing these big things in the world and making a massive impact and skyrocketing my confidence and being presented all these incredible opportunities was healing my relationship with food. Because healing your relationship with food is not just about stopping when you're full, no longer thinking about food. Like, obviously, all of those things are going to happen. But when you heal your relationship with food, you get back to feeling like the real you. The unstoppable badass. The woman that you know that you were always meant to be. Stepping into your full potential. Showing yourself what you're really capable of. Having these opportunities being presented to you. Feeling confident, putting yourself out there, loving who you are, not caring about what other people think about you. And in 2017, I remember, telling Andrew, I was like, one day, like, I'm going to be speaking on stage. Like, I just had this feeling. I was like, one day I'm going to be, like, I'm going to make a really big impact in the world. But right now I'm binge eating. And I mean, even if I want to speak on stage, I was self-conscious, I was insecure. Obviously, I wasn't binge-free. I was having these strong urges. And so, I wouldn't be speaking on binge eating. I wasn't confident. I cared too much about what other people thought about me. I wouldn't have put myself out there. I wouldn't have stood in front of all these people doing a speech. Like, I would have felt so insecure. And so even though I really wanted to, change my life and heal my relationship with food and be the one speaking on stage and just have a normal, effortless, balanced relationship with food. It's like at the time I was struggling. And so I knew that the first step to having these opportunities, and like I said, like just feeling unstoppable, I needed to heal my relationship with food. And that's what I did. I didn't just like hope one day I would stop binge eating. No, it's like I put in the work. I rewired my brain. I practiced not giving into my urges. Like I showed up for myself. I didn't just say like, one day I hope I'm going to stop binge eating. I made it happen. I didn't just say one day I hope I'm the person speaking on stage. I literally went out and made it happen. Me speaking on stage this past weekend, I got accepted. There was thousands of applicants, and I got accepted as a top binge eating coach to talk about the power of rewiring your brain and no longer feeling a single urge to binge. Like, this is my expertise. I've helped hundreds of clients with my root and rewire process from all around the world. And I got asked to speak on this stage as a top binge eating coach to help other people be able to rewire their brain and stop binge eating as well too. And so I didn't just say, I hope that happens. Well, like maybe one day, like hopefully, I made it happen. I stopped my binge eating, and as a result of changing my life and feeling unstoppable and loving who I am, it's like, yeah, I put myself out there. Opportunities are being presented to me. I've fallen so deeply in love with myself, and I've created this badass movement that helps so many people from around the world do the same thing. And this is why, I was asked to speak on stage. This is why it happened. The first thing I did was I healed my relationship with food. Because it's really hard to put yourself out there. It's really hard to show up as your badass self when you're doing things with food that doesn't feel like you, when you're in a body that doesn't feel like you. Right? It would be so hard to show up as like this confident person when you're maybe successful in your job, but then like you come home at night and you're using food for comfort. It's so hard to show up the next day at work because you're like, this doesn't even feel like me. So as a result of me conquering binge eating and falling so deeply in love with who I am, I was able to be the one stepping on stage. I literally went from being an attendee in the audience, being so inspired, to being the one that was on stage. And I had people come up to me afterwards. People were following me on Instagram afterwards, and they're like, holy moly, like, I've never heard anyone talk about binge eating the way that you talk about binge eating. Like, you make me feel so seen. And it was just incredible. It's so much easier for you to live a life full of joy, full of magic, full of just like all these incredible opportunities, showing yourself what you're really capable and actually feeling like an unstoppable badass when the food thing is no longer a thing. When feeling insecure in your own skin is no longer a thing. Like, you actually feel like the real you. I was on stage and I actually wasn't even nervous. Like, I felt so calm. I felt so grounded. I felt unstoppable because, again, it's like there's no hiding. It's like, this is the real me. And this is what I'm so excited to help all of you guys do. Like, when you're no longer binging and you actually love who you are and you feel incredible in your own skin, you show up, whether it's a social event. Maybe you have to present for work. Maybe you're in a work meeting. Maybe you're meeting people for the first time. You show up with so much confidence. You're literally freaking glowing in any room that you walk into because you're actually your true self. You're not like pretending to be someone that you're not. It's like you don't eat in secret. You're not eating past fullness. You eat foods that make you feel good. You move your body from a place of self-love. Of course, you're going to radiate confidence. Of course, people are going to feel magnetized to you because it's like, whoa, like this person is truly glowing. This person loves herself. I love being around this person. And, it's just a full circle moment. Like, I literally went from being in the audience, so inspired by all these incredible speakers, and I wanted that to be me. I wanted that to be me. And this weekend, it was me. Just like I saw so many people, like having a healthy relationship with food and just leaving food on their plate. And I didn't just say, like, hopefully one day that was me. It's like, I'm going to make it happen. And then I became that person who hasn't binged in over 5 years. I became that person who has the most effortless relationship with food. I became that person that people ask me, like, Lorna, how did you do it? People come to literally work with me because they want me to show them the way. So it was just literally the biggest circle moment, being the one in the audience to then being the one on stage. And again, this is a direct result of doing the work to heal my relationship with food, which increased my value, which made me see myself for who I really was. And, this is really what the Unstoppable Badass event is all about. And I'm working on 2.0, okay? Like 1.0 was literally incredible. And I'm already working on 2.0. And this is what the Unstoppable Badass event is all about. Yes, healing your relationship with food, but most importantly, healing the relationship that you have with yourself so that you can feel like the badass in your own skin. You could love the woman that you become. You could have all of these opportunities that come to you. Your life feels like magic. Your life is so full of joy. You don't need to self-soothe with food. It's like you love your life. You love who you are. You're in a body that feels like yours. You're present. You're calm. You're grounded throughout the day. You have so much confidence in who you are. By the way, if you want to be in a room full of literally the most incredible badasses from all around the world who see you truly as the badass that you are, you want a deep sense of connection, you want to rise together to conquer binge eating, become more intimate with your partner, show up as your most authentic self, this event is for you. And by the way, if you've not gotten your ticket yet, message me ticket to get your tickets, or to get your ticket to secure your spot. We've already had people secure their spot, and it's not happening until next year. And this is just the most incredible thing. I had a client, the client that's working with me now, she's like, I saw 1.0 and I was so mad at myself for not going. And she literally bought her ticket right away because she's like, I need to be there. I saw how incredible the first one was, and I just know that 2.0 is going to be insane. So if you've not yet gotten your ticket to the Unstoppable Badass event 2.0, message me ticket and I'll send you all the details. It's an in-person event where, again, you get to be surrounded by badasses who actually get you. Badasses who see you for who you really are, who's going to help you rise together to conquer binge eating, to deepen your relationships, to skyrocket your confidence, and to step into the badass woman that you know you're meant to be. So be sure to message me. But anyways, after I spoke on stage, I did a photo shoot. I actually hired a videographer to film me, and I hired a photographer to do a photo shoot afterwards. And, I didn't just do this event. Like, this is a big freaking deal. I treated myself like I'm a big freaking deal because I am, and so are you. And I got new outfits, and I was literally walking around the streets of Toronto in my heels, in my outfit, 29 weeks pregnant, feeling so confident. And I just had the most incredible time at this event. And this is literally what you guys get to experience. Like, you get to do exactly what you want to do. Like, nothing is going to hold you back. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm doing this speaking engagement. Perfect. I want to do a photo shoot. There's no like, oh, I need to change my body. I need to fix my body. Like, oh, I'm not secure enough. Like, it's an opportunity was presented to me. Hey, you have an opportunity to speak on stage. Abso-freaking-lutely. Let's freaking go. But that didn't mean that like I didn't have fear. That didn't mean I didn't have doubt. Of course, it's like, well, I'm speaking to, I don't even know how many people are going to be at this event. There was over 100 people that registered for the event. And I didn't know necessarily like the people that were going to be in the audience. I didn't know how people were going to react. I didn't know all of those things, but I still said yes anyways, because when you know who you are, you love who you are, you're confident in who you are, you take these opportunities. There's no like, oh, I'm not good enough. There's no comparison. There's no like, I'm scared, so I'm not going to do it. It's like I leaned into the fear. I stepped out of my comfort zone over and over and over again. This is how you not just conquer binge eating, but you conquer anything in life. Now it's like speaking feels so much easier. It's like you only get better at something the more times you do it. But if you're always like, oh, I'm too scared to do that, then you're never actually going to rise into the person that you're meant to be. And so, I just like have no words for this weekend. It was just so incredible. And this is why healing your relationship with food it changes everything for you. Yes, you'll stop thinking about food. Yes, you'll stop when you're full. Yes, you'll feel amazing in your own skin. But more importantly, it's like you get to be the person that you were meant to be, whether it's like walking into work and not feeling like a fraud. Like you're so successful in your career and like you're like, oh my God forbid my coworkers that see me as like this successful person know what I'm doing. It's like you don't have to worry about that because you just show up and you're like, yeah, this is who I am. I'm successful. I don't use food for comfort. You're in a body that feels like yours. You're not afraid to do anything. You literally feel so freaking resilient. You're this unstoppable badass. Like you have fear and you just freaking go anyways and you say yes anyways and you're so freaking proud of yourself and you live a life that you're so proud of every single day. That doesn't happen when you let fear win. That doesn't happen when you let your insecurities get in the way. That doesn't happen when you're feeling like a fraud. It's like opportunities come to you and you always say yes to them when you lean into the fear and you put yourself out there and you're no longer doing these things with food that don't actually feel like you. So you get to feel like a freaking unstoppable badass. You get to love the woman that you are. You get to feel so amazing in your own skin. You get to feel so seen. And I cannot wait for 2.0, the Unstoppable Badass event. Like it's going to be so incredible. There's not many spaces or, places in person where you can actually connect with people from all around the world who are just as ambitious as you. They're goal driven. They're passionate. They want to stop binge eating. They want a healthier relationship with food. They want to be the best version of themselves. They care about their health. They're going to make you feel so seen. Like this in-person event that I've been putting on now, and I'm going to be doing it again in 2026. Like this is going to transform yourself. This is going to transform how you see yourself. I truly believe because I attended that in-person event in 2017 where, man, like I just felt like this fire inside of me. Like I had an identity shift. I had this identity shift of like, why not me? Like that literally could be me. That gave me so much belief and excitement for what I was able to do that I literally conquered binge eating. And then I became the person speaking on stage. Like being in person, it just completely shifts your identity and you really do feel like an unstoppable badass. Every single person that attended 1.0 was like, I'm literally flying home feeling like an unstoppable badass. And it's the greatest feeling in the world. The connections that you get to make, the laughter, the tears, the joy, the deep levels of connection that you literally cannot get anywhere else. Like you can't get this at the office. You can't get this with family members. Like you can only get this when you're part of this badass event and, these other people actually get you. Like they think like you. They have similar thoughts as you. They have similar goals and visions as you. It really is so special. So I'm freaking so excited. Again, if you haven't gotten your ticket yet, be sure to message me ticket and I'll send you all the details. But the purpose of this episode was to really just anchor in this moment and, to really show you that healing your relationship with food goes way beyond the results of food. You get to be the woman that you've dreamed of. dreamt of. You get to live a life that one day you thought like, oh, like that would be nice. And then like you actually get to live it out. And yeah, this weekend was just a full circle moment, and just wanted to anchor this moment in and, remind you that you're going to have fear, you're going to have doubt, but it's the people that lean into the fear. It's the people that, put themselves out there. It's the people that, commit. Like the people that are inside of my programs, they're showing up for themselves. They're committing to this process of conquering binge eating. They're the ones conquering, of course, right? They're not wishing, hoping, praying like one day I'm going to stop binge eating. It's like, no, I'm going to work with Lorna. Obviously, she's been through it. She knows what she's doing. I'm going to learn the tools. I'm going to show up to the coaching calls. I'm going to put in the work, and they're the ones conquering, right? The people who have these opportunities presented to themselves, they're not hoping, wishing, praying, or letting fear get in the way. They're like, I want to do that. Okay, fear, come along for the ride. Like, I'm going to do this anyways. It's okay if I'm scared. It's okay if I'm terrified. That's how you become unstoppable. You don't become an unstoppable badass by staying in your comfort zone. You don't become an unstoppable badass by letting fear get in the way or just hoping and praying that one day you're going to change and one day you'll feel amazing in your own skin. It's like, badasses freaking make it happen. It's not, I hope one day, oh, well, she's lucky, but that won't be me. It's like, I'm going to freaking make it happen. Just like I made it happen. My clients are making it happen, and you're going to make it happen as well too. So full circle moment this weekend. It was so incredible, and it was just, a full circle moment, and I just wanted to share that with you. So anyways, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening. I cannot wait to see you guys at the Unstoppable Badass Event 2.0, where you guys become the Unstoppable Badass. All right. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and we'll see you guys soon.